Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic, where we're taking a look at another Transformers Combiner Wars figure. This time it's going to be Breakneck. Now Breakneck is actually just an art redeco of Dead End, and he's one of the characters from actually Takara. I ended up purchasing this guy off of Big Bad Toy Store. I finally kind of broke down and started looking at their site, and yeah, they do have a lot of good, really cool toys. Now, in Japan, they decided to make a more accurate Menasor by making the missing or the more accurate limb or character of the Stunticons, and so that's why we get Dead End here. And I will say, I don't quite remember him too much from the show. A lot of those guys ended up kind of fading into the background, and as far as the Stunticons go, Menasor was the one that I really liked, so I liked all the characters more as the whole, except for probably Motormaster. He's kind of my favorite. Anyways, I really like the sculpt of the head right there. It really is reminiscent of the show, and when I saw this guy, I was like, yeah, I do vaguely remember having a guy like this, and so I knew someone was missing and something was off. I also like the little extra art deco that's right in here. Now, I said on Dead End that they just painted a little bit of silver right in here, and they missed the little parts right here, but they actually went the extra mile on this guy and painted them in, so that's really nice. His plastic does seem a little bit cheaper for some reason in the feel. I don't know if anyone out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's just sometimes when you pick up a toy, the plastic just either seems a little bit too smooth or a little bit light or flimsy at the touch. But that doesn't mean that he's a weak link or he's going to break very easily. He still seems very sturdy. Now, since he's actually just an art redeco and the head's the only thing that's different, he pretty much still keeps the same amount of articulation as Dead End. You're going to have this ratcheting elbow up here, a ball swivel joint right here, a bicep swivel, elbow joint, hands still ratchet back and forth. The head seems to move up and down just slightly better and all the way around. It has a waist swivel, a ball joint for the hips, a nice thigh swivel right here, although that's a little bit looser than what's on Dead End. Since this guy is a remold of him, things after they start to remold it a little bit more and more, joints start to get a little bit looser. It also has a nice knee rotation right here as well. Now, he comes with the same accessories as Dead End, so he has this club/gun that could either fit in his hand like so, like he's just going to be clubbing or hitting some guy, like almost like a billy club, or he can put it this way so where it can kind of form a gun, although it does seem like it would be kind of a weirdish gun right here. I think this is actually just for having this little extra peg right here is just for storage when he's in his alt mode. And then he comes with the standard foot/hand/gun that ends up helping to form Menasor. Now, transforming this guy into his alt mode is exactly the same as Dead End. You're going to start by flipping his hands in like this, and it's a nice tight ratchet right in there, so that's a lot tighter than Dead End's actually. We're then going to move his arms back like this, make sure they're in the right position, and then I'm going to flip his hips all the way around and then move his arms down to the side like so. Okay, make sure that's all in there. We're going to then start by moving the hood of his car up like so, and there's just enough room right there to clear and get into the two slots that are right on his shoulders, and then we're going to move his chest all the way up to cover his head. Make sure everything's kind of snapped into place here. Okay, I think it's almost there. Okay, I'm going to move his windshield down like so. Something's just not snapping right in there. I'm a little worried about this guy just because, yeah, he's kind of an exclusive limited run, so I really don't want to break this guy because it's going to be a pain to replace him. Anyways, after that, we're going to move his legs out like this to open them up, and then we're going to flip them around like so. Just move them back together like that, and then just close them up, and there you go. He's now in his car mode. His alt mode. I'm just getting all tongue-tied with this guy today. Get that back in there. Now, as far as this car goes, yeah, it's exactly the same as Dead End. There's just some slight differences with the art deco. I mean, I think Dead End's Decepticon logo was on this side, so they put it on this side on this guy. It's almost kind of makes them like twins. It's the Tomax and Zabok of the Transformer line. It rolls fairly nicely. Like I've said a million other times, this table is actually not the best for rolling these Transformer guys on. It has little tiny grooves in there so the wheels want to catch. Now you can actually store his weapons right here on the side in this little hole right here and then up on the top right here. And that's something that I've liked about Dead End, and I'm liking about Breakneck as well, is that you can actually store the weapons when they're in their vehicle mode, and it's less likely that they're going to actually end up getting lost. Now, transform Breakneck here into the foot mode of Menasor is a lot simpler than Dead End's. You're going to start off the same way by moving his windshield back like so, and then moving the front hood of his car back as well. It's going to want to take the head and the chest with it, but let that go. Then right here is actually where it's a lot better. This joint is a lot easier to pull out. I wanted to say point out. It's pull out than the one on Dead End. So that makes it a lot nicer. I don't actually have to take this tool and this as a tool and force it in there to pop it out. After that, you're just going to take the foot mode and put it right here, and voila, you're done. You have the foot for Menasor. It doesn't want to sit in this slot as well as on Breakneck, so that worries me just a little bit. Like I said earlier, these guys are remolds, so after a while the joints start to get a little bit loose as they start to make more and more of these guys using the same mold. One of the protective bots actually also shares a similar design to this guy, so it'd be kind of interesting to see how loose it is on those guys as well. Now, to get Breakneck into the arm mode of Menasor is exactly the same as Dead End's. We're going to start off by opening up his legs like so we can flip them all the way around and apart. Move his knees up like so. Move the knees up like so. And then close his legs right back up. We're going to then carefully flip this part around. Now this joint is actually really loose on this guy, and it's popped off on me a couple times, so I think that's just with him actually being a repaint. And this mold's actually also been reused for one of the protective bots, so yeah, the mold's probably starting to show its age or get its wear and tear on it. We're going to want to get those parts right back together. Then we're going to snap these two pieces together like so. So we have the leg or the elbow right here. Then we're going to move his arms up like this, and there's these little pegs right here that fit into these little slots like so. It's going to form the nice arm shape up there, and we're just going to move this joint down like so. I think I'm going to move his hips right around so we have that kind of joint or the elbow of Menasor right there. After that, we're going to take the foot, push the fingers out, move that down like so, then move the thumb up, and then voila, just fit that right there at the bottom, and then we have the arm of Menasor. Dang it. Yeah, he still suffers the same problems as Dead End, that these joints don't really want to stay together when it's in his arm mode. It's kind of a downside. So because of that, I think he's going to still have the same. I'm still going to probably use this guy in the same way as Dead End, and probably keep him as a leg for Menasor, just because, yeah, it sucks when you want to pose Menasor and his arm just kind of fillets apart like this. That's the only one downside with some of the Stunticons, is they don't. Some of their parts don't stay together that well when they form the bigger robot or the whole of Menasor. Yeah. Anyways, this has been a look at Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive purchase of Breakneck.
Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.